Welcome back to the Voice of Metal, where we talk about, of course, all things metal. Um, just so you guys know that I've had a lot of issues lately, and I have no idea. So I've been trying to record some of this. So hopefully, when I have time, I can upload the videos later on. Um, so you know, um, one more thing before we get started, I want to say thank you and welcome for anybody that's actually just discovered the channel. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. It means a lot to me, and hopefully, the more people we have, the bigger the audience. The bigger the audience, the more likelihood that people will join us and actually talk about themselves. I think it's a great idea. I mean, actually, everybody that I know that I've told about the channel that knows me, I think, oh, that's a brilliant idea. It's like, well, I hope so. It's like, but anyway, for right now, we're still going to keep doing the lists. We're going to keep finding out any new topics to talk about. Um, Things that, like concerts I've been to, things that I've enjoyed. Um, I haven't gone to too many concerts lately because the fact that I haven't seen any that I've wanted to go to yet so far. Most of those are typically during certain times of the year, I think, if I can go. Um, there were a few that I did go to that were really, really, really good. Of course, which they're usually always really good. Even the ones that maybe not be spot on perfect, which is fine. We're all human, right? Just like me doing this. And I appreciate what they do. Speaking of things that people do, and I'm hoping that you will help me help somebody else out. Somebody I know that is unfortunately upset with me, and I'm hoping that she'll forgive me for that. Which, in a way, it's not directly, well, assumptions aren't quite what they thought. But anyway, I'm not going to worry about that. I'm going to worry about her because that's the most important thing than anything else. And I just hope that maybe, she'll forgive me for that. Um, Even though, long story. Anyway, just do me a favor, scan the QR code, which will take you to her website where she does some really wonderful drawings. And actually, I just posted on my Facebook page a picture that I did. I forgot, I think it was 2 years ago. That apparently is a memory of mine for that. Of a drawing of a Reaper that I actually did for a Halloween hashtag thing, which I really miss that. And I actually miss seeing her live on Twitch. I really do. I mean, getting to know her, just that's part of why I started wanting to do this. It wasn't just because of her, but also all the other metal bands that I've talked to and got to know. People in the bands, they're people like everybody else. And to me, when you get to know them more personally, you understand probably more about who they are as an individual or in the band itself. I think because I was learning a lot just from September Morning, which is a great band, Raven Black, Owls and Aliens, and Living Dead Girl. But I mean, I got little, conversations with them because they were still doing stuff at the beginning. I even got a check with Owls and Aliens when they were playing guitar. I got a lot of views on just him playing just a little snippet of his guitar, and I thought it was really cool. It's the regular the guitarist for Owls and Aliens, and they do a really good job. So if you do check them out, Living Dead Girl, she just got one of her songs on Octane, I think is what it was. So if you get a chance, check her music out. I forgot the name of the song. It's a pop song. It's a cover of it, and it is really good. Um, uh, for what it is because it's a little more updated, a little more kind of metalish type sounding. And she does a really good job. And I felt bad for both bands. They had some issues and problems coming to Colorado Springs, or I should say Denver. I'm from Colorado Springs, but anyway, one had a toll breakdown and another one had something else happen. I forgot, but they both had some major bills, which did not help either one of them. I know with Raven's band, I guess apparently something happened where the one guitarist, I think it's their main guitarist, somehow Raven accidentally broke her instrument, so she was trying to help her pay that back. So she was asking fans to help with that, which is, I think, is really honorable to do that. If people can do that for her to help her out. So yeah, just like Carla, she has an operation coming up. Well, she's probably already done it now, I'm sure, but I still want to maybe keep something going for now to help her out with the bills, because I know how that is. I've dealt with that myself with somebody I cared about before. Before I got married to her, go figure. She had a bill that was quite high. Had no insurance. She would have had insurance, but she did some things that apparently it wasn't going to cover it because of that. So basically, they dropped it. So it wasn't, well, it was pretty good hunk. I basically refinanced my car to do that. So, to borrow the money to accomplish the goal and to lower the actual amount. I said, this is how much I can get to you. If you can forgo the rest of it, I'll pay it right now in cash or a check, I'll write you a check. But anyway, that's who I am. I try to help people out when I can. Even if things don't always go the way I hoped. To me, I'm doing the right thing, and that's how I see it. And that's the type of guy that I am. And I think somebody might have misunderstood what I said, and I apologize for that. I think the wording was probably, how you say, a misconception, I guess. So I appreciate that. Anyway, moving on, I'm going to try to get off that topic now, but I wanted to make that clear. Top 25 of the UK, since I'm doing this real late or early in the morning, whichever you want to say. I guess it is morning. It should be like 6 o'clock East Coast time, which is probably really super early morning for you guys. Mine's like 4 right now. So I figure I'd do some more UK stuff, because it's like 10. I don't know what time it is now, but I mean, the last time I did it was like 10 a.m. The top 25 metal groups of the UK. Actually, it'd be kind of cool to cover albums, so I might do that tomorrow night, regardless of what time I'm on here, because it'd be kind of interesting to see what they think of good albums. Anyway, moving on. Number 1 is Iron Maiden, which we all know that Iron Maiden is probably not only the UK's probably one top, but also in America. I think we all agree that Iron Maiden is a force to be reckoned with when it comes to music. The masters of heavy metal, soaring vocals, galloping rhythms, and epic dual guitar harmonies, which is always awesome. I've grown really fondly of Iron Maiden. Years ago when I was younger, I didn't listen to the music. I didn't know that much about their music. But after hearing Hallowed Be Thy Name from Machine Head, go figure, it kind of pulled me into the Iron Maiden realm, I guess you could say. So thanks to Machine Head for doing that. Because they did a phenomenal job with the cover, and the original is still just as good, if not as good or better than the cover. Black Sabbath, pioneering fathers of heavy metal, known for their dark and brooding sound, heavy riffs, and innovative lyric themes. And the thing about it is Black Sabbath's been around forever, for years, but I mean they're not together anymore, of course. But the music's there, and with Ozzy being here, and I know he had some issues and problems. He might have lost his voice, I think is what it sounded like. So I don't know where that stands. I haven't really kept up with that, but I wish him the best for that, because that can be pretty damning for his career as a person and as a musician itself. Which reminds me, Speaking of voices, if you haven't checked out the movie Silent Night, you ought to check it out. The director, hasn't done a movie in a while, but I highly recommend Silent Night. It is phenomenal, and you'll see why. I'm not going to tell you because to me, it's amazing what they did. All I gotta say, I was really shocked that a movie was that good, and I enjoyed it that much. And something didn't happen. That's all I'm gonna say. You got to pay attention to that because there's only one thing I think that happens, and that's it, and it's very minuscule. And it was like, okay, but anyway, so sometimes action speaks louder than words. That's all I can say. Um, Next is Judas Priest, which is definitely a band that everybody recognizes, along with Black Sabbath and Iron Maiden. It's one of the most energetic and influential metal bands, known for their high-pitched vocals and twin lead guitars and rhythmic choruses. Cool. Oh, you know what? I think I mixed those up earlier, so I apologize. The dual lead guitars were actually through Judas Priest, not Black Sabbath. I think I did that, but anyway. Moving on, Motorhead number 4, of course, which in turn I know somebody that I just talked about that definitely likes Motorhead, especially Lemmy, that unfortunately passed away years ago, quite a few years ago. I'm not sure exactly when, but I don't remember off the top of my head. But yeah, he did a phenomenal job with his band, and he was in other stuff before that. So it was really cool. Blended with punk attitude and rock and roll, Motorhead became a driving force in a new wave of British heavy metal. And yeah, he definitely did that. I mean, there's of course Ace of Spades and some other stuff, which actually Lemmy actually hated to perform after a while because I talked about that before. That he basically was saying that it's one of those songs that you hear so many times, you get kind of sick of it. Yeah, even though that we all love it, that playing it live was kind of one of those things that kind of turned him off from it. Which, yeah, I feel you on that, or felt him on that when he's saying that. I'm not sure if I'm even alive, to be honest. Which kind of sucks. Number 5 is Venom, pioneer of black metal. Venom introduced a raw, aggressive sound, satanic imagery to the metal scene. Okay, which is cool. I don't know as much about Venom, unfortunately. I know I've heard some of their music, and they do have some really great songs. I don't know them as well as some other bands, unfortunately for me, but number 6 is Saxon, combining a traditional heavy metal with I don't know how it's an acronym. Energy. Saxon delivers Wheel of Steel and the Prince of Night. It's the names of some of the songs. And Saxon, I don't